Hello everybody, it's me, Walter the Germany Bull, and welcome back to Console Conversations Over Time, a little tiny series where, we just go over quick news stories that we weren't able to cover. So the first news story that we want to cover is Bethesda has been bought by Microsoft. That's probably the hugest news story we're going to be talking about. So I think that's a good one to start off with. So, Microsoft bought Zinemax, or whatever they're called, who's the parent company of Bethesda and I think some other companies.
I think it's, Obsidian.
Well, yeah, but they already bought Obsidian. So yeah, Microsoft now owns tons of studios, Playground, Undead, Labs, not Platinum Games, Obsidian, and Bethesda, multiple others, Ninja Theory, Rare, but it's not even like they own that. So, so I think we should just go over what we think. So for me, I don't like it. I really don't. Because I don't, there's no point. There's no point
in
them
spending here, let me tell you what's, I think. I think it's really big for Microsoft. Because, before, they've had, a few, Bethesda's had a few, bad games, but if Microsoft can actually get Bethesda to make good games and not do these weird things with you have the store and then they don't put they have the game's not finished, but they put more things in the store, but the things in the store are expensive. So kind of just make it so that Bethesda just makes games like they used to. If they could do that and then only put it on Game Pass and their Xbox, or just have it completely exclusive, and that would be really big for Bethesda fans.
Well, okay, well, so, why I think it's bad is because, one, I don't really think it's going to do anything, because they came out and said there's not going to be any exclusives, so what's even the point?
Well, they said, no, it said, it's a case-by-case basis. So
but that's going to be in a couple of years. So they're not going to have any exclusive games by Bethesda for multiple years.
Well, what they could do is they could just make the next Elder Scrolls game an exclusive to Xbox, and that would make a lot of Elder Scrolls fan buy Series X.
Yeah, but I think it might end up making them money. But for me personally, it's just why? Because I get they're putting it on Game Pass. I get they're gonna have some possible exclusives. But the whole thing about Xbox is, I've talked with multiple Xbox fans on why they prefer Xbox. All of them have either just completely disregarded reason, and then the others are what their main argument is that we don't need exclusives. I think exclusives are anti-consumer, which I completely disagree with, because that ends up, leading to these small studios being given a chance. It leads to competitiveness in the gaming industry. It leads to pushing boundaries of gaming as an art form. So it's this weird idea that we don't want exclusives, which is fine. But then you have the fact that those same people are defending this when it's what? Sorry, they're hating on this, but it's those games are not exclusive On Xbox, they don't have exclusive games. They don't have any. They're all on PC other than like Halo 5, but who likes that game? So every good game that they have is on PC. Literally, and I'm going to admit something I've never said before. I have a like $300 computer that I bought on sale. And if I literally went out and got a slightly better graphics card, I could run and play pretty much every Xbox game I wanted to. So paying that much, and like if you look at like the Series S, like that's $300, so that could be considered a better deal, but it's only digital. And it doesn't do anything else. So you could buy a computer that can do all kinds of stuff you want it to do, and then you have a lot of storage and you can play all those games on it by just paying a bit of money. And I'm not a PC gamer at all. In fact, I don't like playing games on my computer. But what I'm saying is they're trying to say that like all these exclusives are a terrible idea, and then they're acting like this is going to be super horrible exclusive stuff, which no, it's not. And Xbox is acting that same way too. So yeah, I think I mean, it's kind of a good move for Xbox because they're getting a lot of money from it, but I just don't really, it's kind of very complicated and doesn't really, it gets really muddled up when you really look at their business strategy. So, yeah, so then the next thing that we're going to talk about is pre-orders have gone up for the Series X, the Series S, and the PlayStation 5. And so I was gonna buy a PlayStation 5. I was gonna pre-order one, but they sold out super quick. And people have been saying, "Oh, Sony's so stupid for doing this." And I'm not just saying this because I like Sony a lot. It's not their fault. If you look at what Walmart and then all the others did, they didn't give them enough time, because Sony puts out all this stock for them, and before they're even done, they go out and say, yeah, we're going to let you pre-order it early, which is very stupid. And so Walmart did that, and then all the others were like, oh, we got to compete with Walmart. We can't lose to Walmart. So they did the same thing.
No one's going to lose to Walmart after Kmart went out of business.
I mean, seriously, I don't even like Walmart. I'm sorry to Walmart fans. It's just Target's way better. It's this weird thing. Like, it's just people are blaming them. And then Xbox fans, of course, jumped on this. And I'm sorry to any Xbox fans who are decent people, but there are tons of Xbox fans who have just been trying to make this like, oh, it's the death, this and the Bethesda buyer are the death of PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't stand a chance. And it's like, no, because they just put out the pre-orders for the Xbox, and they gave them such little stock that they sold out within like 2 hours. So yeah, that's really dumb. So, Sony issued an apology saying that this week, because the pre-orders went up like last week, they're going to put out a lot of stock, push hard, so I'm probably going to buy one as soon as they can do that. But the Xbox, no response. Which, to be fair, it's pretty soon, but still, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have much to say other than that. Do you have anything you want to add, Hyden?
Well, I mean, you could, like, it wouldn't really be stupid on Sony's part. I mean, because, like, they're still making money. Like, only, there's, like, scalpers out there selling PlayStation for thousands of dollars, but only stupid, desperate people will buy it, and it's like, you can't even play it yet, so just wait until they put out more stock. They were obviously going to put out more stock so that people, like, Xbox doesn't get their stock out and people are like, oh, I can't buy a PlayStation, might as well buy an Xbox.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people are just impatient. So so we're moving through these pretty quick, but I just want to get into the next thing, which is Nintendo. direct partner showcase. So usually I don't talk about partner showcases. The first one was a dumb slap in the face. The second one was like whatever. And this one was okay. And it's because of like one game that I'm saying that. Like only one game.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, they did announce some cool things, but I just, you know, it's like just give us Breath of the Wild 2. That's all I can ask for. And Odyssey 2. But so if you go and look into it, it's actually a lot, it's a lot more interesting. Like as I said before, I didn't care about the most of the announcements in the Mario Direct. But I did like the Zelda game announcement, but you know, like I'm worried that it's not going to be as good as it could be.
When was the second partner showcase?
I think it was in. Well, one was in. Oh.
The first partner showcase was like in early.
I think it was in July.
Yeah, in July.
Late July, and then I think they had one in August, so they're having one like each month. So, you know, they started off 2 Monster Hunter games, Monster Hunter Rise, and then Monster Hunter, like, Stories, too. I know nothing about Monster Hunter, but, you know, that was really good for those fans. And then they announced a sequel to Fitness Boxing. Fitness Boxing 2. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. But so far...
That was pretty interesting.
Well, here's the thing. That game, the first one came out like last year. Like early last year. And... I'm sorry, I'm really salty about the fact that we don't have Breath of the Wild 2. But, I mean, I get it. Like, it's going to take a while to come out. But so then we got, like... an anime game, anime game, like Disguise or whatever, I can't pronounce the name. Empire of Sin, the game that everyone saw at E3 2019 and was like, no, because who wants to play this? I'm sorry, the style's pretty cool, but like, what is this game? They treated it like it was a massive deal at that E3 conference. So, like, it's weird.
I don't know what it is, but it looks like a... It's like, I don't know. Huh. It's an interesting, like, type of game, but I don't know.
It's just weird how they like it so much. Like, they really like this game and they really want to push it. And we got, like, some sniper game coming to Switch. I've heard good things about those games.
Sniper Elite 4.
I've heard some people say that they're really long and boring, and some people say they're really fun. I don't know. So, I guess that's cool. And then a game I think looks fantastic called The Long Dark. It's a survival game, which, you know, I sometimes like survival games. But it looks really cool. It looks exactly like the kind of survival game I've dreamt of. Because you're in snowy mountains, so it automatically gets a 10 out of 10. That's like, you can't screw it up. Like, snowy mountains, really cool. PGA Tour. Okay.
Oh, the golf game?
Yeah. A game called Hades. That looks like, okay. Looks like a cool little dungeon crawler with a really fluid and awesome art style. A 3D platformer called Balan Wonderworld. Super weird, but the graphics are like really good in like the opening and even in the game. It looks really like a really good 3D platformer. Like, to be honest, most of the 3D platformers I've played, honestly, I way prefer to Mario. Like Banjo, Spyro, Crash, all of them, Hat in Time. I think the reason Mario gets so much attention is because, you know, it kind of invented all that. But this game, I can confidently say will probably not be as good as Mario, but still really good. So, you know, there's something. So, yeah, that was a pretty cool announcement. And then Rune Factory 5. Rune Factory is some, like, RPG series. So great, another anime RPG for Nintendo's 2020 lined up. Just add that to the list. Looks cool for for people who like those games. I have to say though, I've been playing Paper Mario: The Origami King. Really fun, and it's made me realize how much like other RPGs are just no. I played Undertale and was like, okay, this is really good. This is like fantastic, almost a perfect game. And then I looked at Paper Mario and I was like, okay, well, I don't know. I mean, I thought the game looked really cool. I liked the music a lot. I liked the battle system, the concept. I wanted to play it just because of the exploration, because it looked like, you know, like an open world 3D Mario of some sort, which looked awesome, but I was unsure about the RPG, and then I just, on an instinct, bought it, and I played it, and I was like, huh, so you mean you can make an RPG where the battle system isn't super boring? What? And so, yeah, it's a good, so now when I look at other RPGs, I just laugh, because they look pretty lame. And then we have the reason I like the showcase, along with The Long Dark and Balan Wonderworld, or Wonderland, or whatever it's called. Ori 2. So, yeah, this looks, I thought this game looked amazing. I was really worried that they wouldn't put it on Switch as some kind of cheap...
I'm impressed that they could even put it on Switch.
Yeah, seriously. Like, the first one looked amazing and was pretty graphically intensive, but, like, the sequel? Wow. I played...
Like, there were some problems with, like, when it came out on Xbox.
Yeah.
But I think they fixed it.
Yeah, the game... I bought the first one. The game runs really well priced. Tons of content. Like, it's a fantastic game. Like, it's the only Metroidvania game I played that I actually like. Like, nothing against you Metroid fans, but I don't get why people like those games. I mean, because, like, they're really just confusing to me. You know, they're not very fun. Combat's super simple. I don't really like the atmosphere. A lot of those games, you know, they're like because of the graphics and how fluid the controls are and the music. But, you know, they don't appeal to me. But Ori, like, because of how interesting the collectibles and mechanics are, like, it's the Hat in Time and Celeste of Metroidvanias. Hat in Time and Celeste, two of my favorite games of all time. I mean, Hat in Time is my 10th favorite game of all time. It's only because you have to use literally every mechanic to the fullest possible potential. You have to. Mario 64, you can, but the controls feel so dated, and same with Sunshine. The controls feel so dated that you can't really. That's why I thought they should. That's why I was disappointed by the 3D All-Stars, because those games could truly be amazing if they just updated it in that way. But Celeste and Hat in Time, razor tight controls, amazing mechanics, and Ori 1 is almost as good. Like, Xbox, I don't really like you, but you made a good Metroidvania, a good shoot 'em up, and I mean a good collection of rare games. I'll give you that. You get 3 points for that among Nintendo's 2 billion and Sony's 1.7 billion there. So yeah, that was a great announcement. And then they announced Ori Collection. You get both games, like a map, I think like a soundtrack or something, unique covers in a really cool little metal box. I think like a statue maybe for $60. Both games for $60.
Really good.
Like, what?
And a statue.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. Most people would sell, like, I think the first game's like $25 to $30, and the second one's like 35 or something to $40. So all in all, they'd be way more than 40 together. So you're getting a discount on the games, the statue, the soundtrack, the map, all that stuff for free. Like, that is one of the best gaming deals out there. Like, that's just amazing. So
I don't even think Microsoft cares anymore about how much money they get from the gaming industry because of how much money they even have. Like, they spent $7.5 billion on Bethesda, and now they're just, like, giving away games.
I think it's
giving away games.
I mean, they lose money. They've been losing money on Xbox since, like, 2009, so, you know.
Yeah.
They don't care. They just want to get their brand recognition and leave. I like Game Pass. Game Pass is probably one of the best ideas to ever come up, so that maybe they have 4 points. So, yeah. And then we have the last topic, which is, it's weird. Minecraft on PlayStation VR. Now, I don't own PlayStation VR. I barely know anything about PlayStation VR. I barely know anything about VR in general. I have the Labo VR kit, which don't use on Breath of the Wild. Like, again, I've said this before, and I'll say it, I've said it before in a video that's not out yet. But I'll say it. It's bad.
You'll say it for the first time.
Yeah. Don't buy it to play Breath of the Wild in VR. And don't play the book minigame in Labo Plaza. That bear may look like a children's toy, but that jump scare scared me so bad. I don't know why. So, probably because it was a Nintendo game and I wasn't expecting it. But, so, all that, don't buy it. But, yeah. I have that, and I have played, like, 3 VR games on my phone with, like, a knockoff of Google Cardboard that I got for $5. So, you know, not really the most experienced with VR. I've played, like, the Vive one time, and I forget, I just remember I played it. It was pretty cool. But, yeah, so I barely know anything about VR. I think Hyden, you know something about it, like you own something, I don't know. But
well, I have like one of the Samsung things, but we can't use it because none of our phones get in it.
I see. So yeah, usually the Samsung makes them really like weird. But yeah, so it's coming to PlayStation VR. And that's just awesome. It's just awesome. Because it is a massive game. Like, it's huge. It's probably the biggest, like, game ever made. And, like, it doesn't have the biggest world, I guess. I don't know. But, like, the amount of possibilities is endless. Like, literally, you have so many different areas. Like, you could do, like, probably numbers we can't even comprehend in permeations of different things you could do in that game. So the fact that it's in virtual reality is, and I think it's a free update, which is just what? Yeah, that was a really cool announcement. So, that's all.
This also shows that Microsoft never even cared about their money. They're literally giving away money to their competitor.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, they own Microsoft. They own Minecraft and Raccoon. So, yeah, that's all the stories I came prepared with. But if you have any quick-fire stories or something, just go ahead.
Yeah, well, first, we kind of glossed over, well, you didn't really mention the Five Nights at Freddy's Well, it's
well, yeah,
Hyden
but
also plays
I
Game
did
Mode.
do the reaction to that.
Oh yeah, and
I did.
and also there's by the way, I looked up Ori and the Will of the Wisps to see kind of, well, I don't really know why I looked it up, but I did see that it has a 10 out of 10 on Steam, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. We made this episode a lot shorter than the last one. It was like 40 minutes. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and comment, and if you would like, subscribe. We have 42 subscribers, so that's pretty poggers. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be safe, and goodbye.